Hello Alyssa and the wonderful Wilson family. We're here now talking about different lesson plans for you, Alyssa. We're going to be focusing mostly on Kohlberg's stages of moral development, being pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional, and how we can develop ourselves, and Alyssa, how we can help you to become stronger morally, become stronger with the gospel and making those right decisions in your life. So this is going to be all just for you. So the very first one we had in mind for these different ideas we have is the idea of sharing, getting out of yourself, and thinking of how we can accomplish this. I thought what we could do is we could make cookies. We can make some kind of dessert or treat with the intent of giving them away. Now, what I think will be unique about this is that we'll make these desserts with the intent of giving all of them away. So we'll be without self in mind. So we'll be finding, even if it requires going to neighbors and going to friends, we're going to be developing that level of love for others, and developing that moral level to doing this thing for the sake of other people, doing this thing because it's something that is right, putting us in the conventional stage, and then to eventually get to the point of Alyssa being able to just make these cookies just because you know it's a good thing to do, because you know you feel better about it, and it becomes something that you know and you want. Moving into the post-conventional stage. The second idea would be going and visiting a senior home. I've had the opportunity to visit some of the senior homes around Rexburg, and the people there are very nice, but they're very lonely. To be able to have people to have the experience to go and visit these elderly individuals, and to be able to go and to help them, and to see that they're real people too, and that they want connection with us, and they need us to be there for them. To be able to see that and to have that experience, I feel will be a really enriching experience for Alyssa. Thirdly, and this is one that's a little tougher for me sometimes, but it's in the early morning scripture study. And this is something that's a little harder for for me and for a lot of people to really develop and make happen as a continuous thing. But it's something that's very important to developing in the gospel. To be able to have this early morning scripture study and be able to become determined to start your day right. So what we do for this activity is we would go for a week, where we would make sure and get up an hour early every day, just to make sure that we have time to study our scriptures, so maybe about a half an hour or an hour. And so this would be a real big commitment on your part, Alyssa, to learn and to develop this great skill, and then be able to start applying it to your life. After that, the next idea is being in the right place at the right time. This is something I'm sure you've heard a lot, going to church and going to different activities, but it's something that's also very important. This is an idea that it's more of an idea, not quite an activity yet at this point in time, but the idea that we need to be focusing on where it is we are and what it is we're doing with ourselves and with our lives, and how it is that we can put ourselves in these correct situations, in these correct places, so that we can hold true to the morals that we already have, and that we won't feel pressure from the world around us to lower our moral standards and to be able to literally detriment ourselves. After that, the next one in mind, I think this is a really fun idea, is YouTube videos. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that I'm going to say most people love, and they really appreciate, and they have ones that are funny and make them laugh, and they have ones that really make them feel good. And so to go through these, as a social activity, to go through these videos, these YouTube videos that we really enjoy, and then to really point out why it is that they're funny, and what things that they help us with. Now, the real reason behind this one is to focus on those things that are positive about them, that are good things about these videos, but to find those things that may be compromising to what our standards are inside of us, and to root them out as inappropriate for ourselves and for our lives, and to find that there's so much good humor that we can find instead. So the next one is a good one. It's going to require a lot of commitment from you, Alyssa. It's going shopping for shopping for the sake of charity. That's kind of what I called it. But what it basically means is that we would go to a store, and you, Alyssa, would buy the supplies necessary to make your family or friends, to make them something, to make them a dessert, or to make them a craft, and to really give a view of something you've worked hard for, of doing extra jobs and chores to be able to get this money and be able to spend it on other people. And then to really feel the blessings that come along with that. Because once you feel the blessings that come through service, you start to understand why we give service, and it gives you a stronger sense of the gospel. It will give you a stronger ability to help other people. And I feel like that would be a very good lesson to learn, and a very tough lesson to learn. The next one is I have a friend here on campus who's in a wheelchair all the time. He's always in a wheelchair, and so it made me thinking, how difficult would it be to live in a wheelchair, and to be very limited to that. It would require a lot of relying on other people. And so for this idea, I was going to go to the school and rent a wheelchair that you'd use for an entire day or longer. In this wheelchair, you would have to be relying on others. You would gain that compassion for those people that are in unfortunate circumstances, and it will help you to really feel that love for them. It'll help you to really understand who they are and really just be there for them. It's similar to visiting the senior home, being able to build compassion in yourself, which I feel is a great skill for everyone, and everyone needs to work on a little. I know myself, I need to work on it a little, and I love it. This is a good idea. Now the next one would require a lot of effort on your part, again, like some of the other ones. What we'd have to do for this one is we're visiting the children in the hospital. Now the reason why this is going to require a lot of effort on your part, Alyssa, is because what I want you to do is to visit with your family members, to visit with your brothers and your sisters, to visit with your parents, and need you to orchestrate getting some drawings together for these children, getting drawings of little presents or little things to give to these children that are in the hospital, so that when we visit, you would be the one in charge in making this all happen. I will provide you with a list of the children, and this would be your project. This would be something that you could say, I did this. Something that you could say that you could really feel like you had an integral part in. The next one, I know you definitely know about your family's business about taking pictures for so many different people, and I thought it would be a good idea to take that and to be able to take that on your own, to come onto campus and to take just a regular camera and taking pictures of different people on campus, trying to give a service to them. Afterward, maybe even taking down their names and so that we can go a second time and give these people their pictures that we've taken of them. All right, and now we get to the last one, which, by the way, is in fact my favorite. So I don't know if you've ever been to Sammy's before. It's a cool little restaurant with a bunch of shakes and a bunch of fun stuff. Well, the manager of Sammy's is a really good friend of mine. In fact, she's here, the one filming it right now. Say hi, Leah.
Hey!
Leah here is the manager of Sammy's, and she has offered to hire you for a day or for an hour to go in and to help them out at Sammy's, so you can be able to get that work experience, and you can be able to understand, because I know you're 14 and you're getting ready to have a job soon. So be able to have this experience and be able to go out and be able to serve all together, I feel like it will be a really, really cool experience. And I already have permission for this one, and I feel it'll be a lot of fun. As you're looking through these 10 ideas, I hope that you keep in mind some of your favorites, and really keep in mind some things that you want to be able to learn and to develop. And I hope to see you soon.